Hello there, a great evening to you indeed, and many thanks for joining us on Rwanda Television News tonight. We do hope you had yourselves a great start to your week, and welcome to our edition. This is what makes our top stories. On Monday at Village Rugwiro, President Paul Kagame held talks with Cuban Vice President Salvador Valdez Mesa and his delegation, who are in Rwanda as part of an official tour to several African countries. Rwanda's government spokesperson has told the British broadcaster Sky TV that her country intends to ensure that migrants seeking greener pastures in the UK find them right here in Africa. Greetings to you once again, and we are very glad to have your company tonight. As we dive into our edition tonight, let us inform you that on Monday at Village Rugwiro, President Paul Kagame held talks with Cuban Vice President Salvador Valdez Mesa and his delegation, who are in Rwanda as part of an official tour to several African countries. They discussed ways to strengthen bilateral cooperation between Rwanda and Cuba. The two countries enjoy long-standing relations, especially in the sectors of education and health. Earlier, Cuban Vice President Salvador Antonio Valdez Mesa noted that his country takes pride in the bilateral relations and cooperation with Rwanda, which has been ongoing for 44 years now. He expressed this during discussions with Rwandan Senate President Dr. François Kalinda Xavier on Monday. Vice President Salvador expressed his country's commitment to further the existing bilateral cooperation for the betterment of the lives of the citizens of both countries. Senate President Dr. Kalinda François Xavier explores more on the discussions between the two officials.
We discussed the relations between Rwanda and Cuba that have lasted for 44 years. He expressed the commitment to expand the relations to other sectors of cooperation. Our relations have been mostly based in sectors of education and health, and this visit is meant to enhance the relations and broaden them to other sectors. We also discussed parliamentary diplomacy. He also updated us on the sanctions against his country that has been taken for 6 years, mostly in the health and economic sectors. We expressed a solidarity with Cuba for the sanctions to be lifted.
Cuban Vice President Salvador Valdez is in Rwanda on an official working visit in the context of his current tour to various African countries that began on November 14th with Ghana as his first stop. He is expected to visit more African countries, including Guinea-Bissau and Ethiopia. And moving ahead to other matters in our edition, Rwanda's government spokesperson told the British broadcaster Sky News that her country intends to ensure that migrants seeking greener pastures in the UK find them right here in Africa. We do have the details with Serge Nore.
So Rwandans know.
During the exclusive interview, Yolande Makolo pointed out that Rwanda has never turned back refugees and asylum seekers, nor does the country intend to in the future. This comes following the recent ruling by the UK's highest court on the matter of sending asylum seekers to Rwanda.
First of all, it's ultimately a decision of the UK judicial system, so we have no control over that. What we did object to is Rwanda being portrayed as unsafe. Rwanda is a safe country. In terms of refoulement, meaning sending asylum seekers back to the countries where they were persecuted, Rwanda does not do that. And this provision is included in the MOU. In order to address that concern, we will re-emphasize it in the treaty that we're working on. So that issue of being a safe country where asylum seekers will not be sent back is already being addressed and will be in the binding treaty.
The treaty was signed back in April 2020, but its implementation faced legal obstacles. Yet the problems that drive illegal migrants to risk their lives to reach countries like the UK have not gone away, which is why Rwanda is willing to play her part to find an answer.
Rwanda wants to be part of this solution because we also don't want to see Africans, we don't want to lose our own young people, and we want to reach the level of development that we aspire to. We want to be a country that works for Rwandans, that works for Africans, that's welcoming. We want to continue to do this. We're doing the best that we can with the resources that we have. And we're looking to invest even more in the kind of programs that we're working on, so we can do more for more people.
The government spokesperson also pointed out that finding solutions to Africa's problems requires that more than just criticism is directed towards those who actually try to do something about them, stressing that Rwanda is an opportunity for those seeking a better life, giving an example of the more than 2,000 Libyan refugees in the country thanks to a joint initiative with UNHCR.
The MOU, they will be re-emphasized in the treaty.
And moving ahead to other matters, the plenary session of the Chamber of Deputies passed the organic law amending law number 001/2019 of 29th of July 2019, regulating presidential and parliamentary elections.
The organic law regulating presidential and parliamentary elections is yet to be approved by the Senate and published in the official gazette before being applied in the 2024 elections. The draft law was initially made up of 23 articles and later improved to 26 articles. After voting on each article, MPs unanimously voted in favor of the organic law regulating presidential and parliamentary elections.
Rihindura itegeko ngenga nimero 001/2019 OL ryo kuwa 29.
The organic law number 001/2019 of 29th of July 2019 regulating presidential and parliamentary elections has been unanimously voted by 70 out of 70 MPs. I want to thank the committee as well as the Honourable Minister representing the government and others who participated in analysing and approving the organic law. The law stipulates that presidential and parliamentary elections will be synchronized, which aligns with the country's aspirations. Another article that we added in is about the regulation of Senate elections, which wasn't in the previous law. It is now well stipulated in the Article 101. Other than that, nothing much has changed, except making sure that presidential and parliamentary elections are synchronized and done in a democratic manner, as it is our country's vision. Among the benefits the country will get from synchronizing presidential and parliamentary elections include saving 7 to 14 billion Rwandan francs spent when the elections are carried out separately.
In Gasabo district, a state-of-the-art brick-making factory has been opened that uses technology in its operations with the capacity to produce as many as 1,200 bricks in just 24 hours.
Sunshine Rwanda Ceramic Limited uses electricity to make its bricks, not fossil fuels, and is able to do so in just 4 hours, unlike more traditional methods that can take up to 3 days. So its executives believe meeting Rwanda's demand for construction materials should not be a problem once the factory begins operating 24 hours a day. This brick is 24 centimeters from this point to this one, while this part is 17 centimeters, which means it does not require that you use more than one brick in a space that usually requires 2 during construction. You can even choose to leave it exposed because it is both presentable and durable. So much so these bricks will last between 70 and 100 years, retaining their quality with no problems. The way that the bricks are made also protects the environment. The fact that no firewood or other forms of fossil fuels are used to make the brick is already a plus in itself, because we produce no smoke. But we also use water to neutralize toxic fumes before they are released into the atmosphere through evaporation. The factory produces 6 different types of bricks, varying in size and cost, providing a vast variety of choice. And though the facilities are largely mechanized, it still has 32 permanent employees and 50 temporary ones.
Moving ahead to matters related to finance, the Central Bank of Rwanda has noted that 4% of the country's 2.6 million bank accounts have issues to do with their information in the Credit Reference Bureau. There apparently have been cases of people being told that they have dates they know nothing about, and the central bank is now actively resolving such matters and urging everyone with complaints about the information in the CRB to go to the relevant authorities to have it resolved.
We are resolving issues that they have. There are issues we are hearing, or we have been hearing issues about information that are not accurate, that are not true. So every client, every customer of a financial institution is coming here to verify the accuracy of his or her information in the CRB, and we resolve all the issues related to credit information. We are recommending all financial institutions to help us, to help the public by providing accurate and reliable information to the credit information system, because that information is really key to the public, to financial product, to the financial services. As you have good information, you are served better, you get you may get cheap loan, you may get quicker services from any financial institutions. But also having bad information, financial institutions may get clue on how to help you, on how to deal with you, as long as you have bad information.
Having a person's information in the Credit Reference Bureau updated requires that it first be reconciled with the relevant bank records.
When we receive the information, there's always queries around the correct storage of the information. So what we tend to do is to work within the stakeholders that we have, which are represented here today, and to try to resolve that for our customers. Some of them are coming from different places of Rwanda, and what we try and do is to ensure that there is smooth assistance of our customers for them to get the best service.
And moving ahead to other matters, in case you didn't know, 20th of November every year is a World Children's Day. And as Rwanda joins the rest of the world in celebrating World Children's Day, the country has been commended for ensuring that the rights of our children are respected, with our partners like UNICEF expressing their continued commitment to working with the government to ensure that their rights are not infringed on.
Yes, today is World Children's Day, when we celebrate children. We've been talking today about parenting and making sure that all parents, whether mothers or fathers, are involved in taking care of children, in protecting them, in teaching them, and in bringing them up to be good citizens of Rwanda. Well, we're doing a very good job together of respecting children's rights here in Rwanda already, but there are some areas to work on. We still have some children who are not in school. We still have some situations where children don't have the right food to eat, which is why we see the stunting issues. But the good thing is the government is working on this, and UNICEF is also trying to support the government to work on these issues.
Top officials in the Ministry of Gender and Family Promotion have emphasized the need for all adults to recognize their role in the good upbringing of all children in the country. And it was noted that 86% of all children in Rwanda have birth certificates, 95% have access to quality education, and as many as 3,000 were removed from orphanages and given foster homes. And that's all from us here at RB's Rwanda Television News. On behalf of the entire news production as well as the technical team, many thanks for being with us on this particular edition. Up until next time, we wish you safe and have a great week and productive ahead.